Hi everyone, it's Sarah here, and today's video is all about the style of Kate Middleton. We'll be talking about her style personality, her body shape and what suits her body shape most, and of course her colour analysis. Also stay tuned as well because I'll be sharing some of the royal family style protocols that not everybody knows, and so I'll share that towards the end of the video. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Let's first talk about Kate's style personality. So when we talk about style personality, there's generally 5 main categories that we talk about. They are the classic, the dramatic, the creative, the natural and the romantic. We can definitely rule out a couple of these for Kate, for example, the creative. Now obviously her involvement in the royal family dictates somewhat, or to quite an extent, how she dresses. With this in mind, even before she married Prince William, she definitely had her own style personality which she carried through. She, I think, is definitely somewhere in between the classic and a little bit of the romantic. So the classic is somebody who chooses well-fitting clothes. They are tailored and they choose good quality clothes and natural fibres as well, leathers, wools, things like this. We see elements of the romantic style in some dresses she chooses, for example, dresses that have lace in them or floral details. If you're looking to emulate Kate's style, you should definitely think about things like tailored trousers, blazers, belted coats, classic style coats for example, and certainly nothing that is too short or too revealing. As part of a style analysis, I do a body shape analysis. So if we look at Kate's body shape, we can see that, without knowing her measurements of course, we can see that her shoulders are actually the broadest point in her shape. Her hips are quite narrow, and this gives us the indication that she is an inverted triangle. Now when we look at her style, we can see that whoever is responsible for her styling mostly takes this into consideration. We can see that she chooses styles with a lot of A-line cuts. So this cut will balance out her top half. If we look at some of the photos here, we can see that the hourglass is being created through this shape. However, we can see that she doesn't always make the most of her shape, and the slim fitting clothes that we see on her bottom half, we can see the broadness of her shoulders here. And to create balance in our eye, in our perception, that's what pleases the eye, we need to create that hourglass shape. In the third step of this style analysis of Kate Middleton, let's take a look at her colouring and the colours that suit her best. Now the jury seems to be out on whether Kate Middleton falls into the winter category or the summer category. Now both of these are cool, so there is a consensus that she has an overall coolness to her look, and I would definitely agree with that. However, when we think about the winter colouring can carry really deep, clear colours, and the summer colouring, they're still cool colours, however they're a little bit more muted in intensity of the colour. I can see why people might get confused whether she's a winter colouring or a summer colouring, because depending on the light, you might think that she has quite a high contrast between her skin tone and her hair colour, which means she can carry off those bright, bold colours. However, if we look at this photo here where she is in daylight, natural daylight, we can see there's a real softness to her hair colouring, and you can see that clear, cool undertone of her skin. We can also see that in her eye colour, it's quite a soft colour in her eyes, not particularly strong, somewhere between a green and a blue, I would say. Sometimes it's difficult to tell through the photos. Let's take a look at Kate in the brighter, bolder colours and compare that to what she would look like with the softer, more muted colours. So I'd like to know what you think. If you could pop your comments below. Do you think she looks better in bold or better in the softer colours? I'd love to know what you think. So in my opinion, as a stylist, I would say Kate looks much better in the softer, more muted colours. I hope you agree. When we look at these bold colours on Kate, we notice the colour first and not her, and that shouldn't be the case. There should be a harmony between her face, her hair, her eye colour, and down through her clothes. Otherwise, the look can be quite jarring and separated, and that's not what we're going for. So without going through the full colour analysis on Kate Middleton, I would say that her overall look is definitely a summer look. Those muted colours look far better on her than the bright bold colours of winter. Kate Middleton clearly loves colour, and we see her all the time rocking so many different colours, and she looks fantastic. However, there's one colour which we very rarely see her in at all, and that is orange. We never really see her in orange. That's a real indication of somebody who has cooler undertones. Orange is a warm colour, and it can be quite difficult to pull off if you don't have that warmer undertone. If we take a look at this picture of her wearing this orange gown, there's no doubt about it, she looks beautiful. But what do you notice first? To me, the colour of the gown is a little bit overpowering. And if we look at the colour of the gown against her skin, I think she doesn't look as well as she could do. I think she looks quite pale, quite washed out, and I don't think it is her colour. I definitely would have chosen something else. Having said that, she looks beautiful, the gown is beautiful. I just wouldn't have put the two together necessarily. If you look at this picture of this kind of golden olive, warm coloured gown she's wearing here, I think you'll agree that it's the gown that you see first, and it doesn't really do much for her skin tone. So again, another indication that she's got this cool undertone, and those cooler colours would definitely suit her best. Let's take a look at this fuchsia coloured dress. Now it's a beautiful dress, and this would be typically in the winter colouring. But again, what do you notice first? Is it her, which it should be, or is it the outfit she's wearing? So I think the contrast is a little bit high for her. We look at some other examples of outfits that look beautiful on her and the colouring is just perfect. You'll see that there's a flow between her skin tone, her overall colouring, right through into the outfit. The outfit is not wearing her, she's wearing the outfit. And that's the way it should be. We should be noticing the person first and then the outfit. It should be a flow and a harmony from top to bottom. You will also never see Kate Middleton wearing bright coloured nail varnish. You'll notice that she wears nude or bare nails, and this is actually one of the protocols of the royal family, that they are not allowed to wear these colours. In fact, the Queen has been wearing ballet slippers by Essie for about 28 years. So it's one of the classic ones, and it's not too garish. Some other royal protocols in terms of dressing is that if a member of the royal family is travelling, they are required to always bring a black outfit. And this is because if there is a death in the family, they can't be seen to be wearing colourful clothes, so they always must have an outfit with them. This was brought into effect when then Princess Elizabeth was in Kenya in 1952 and her father passed away, and she had to remain on the plane because she didn't have a black outfit with her until a black outfit was brought to her, and then she could be seen in public. One of the other protocols in the royal family is that bare legs are not acceptable. Wearing tights is highly recommended, and so you will rarely see a member of the royal family going bare-legged. They'll always be wearing a very sheer, nude pair of tights at the very least. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.